Okay, I think we are on. It is Wednesday evening, the 20th, May 20th. So, hope you guys are doing well. We finally have an evening with like zero wind right now. So I hope I didn't just blow that. Yeah, curse that whole thing. But beautiful, beautiful day today. Starting to warm up next week, I think. Maybe into the hundreds out here, which will be a welcome for me. I love it. So anyway, had a great day. We're doing a lot of things. We got a lot of things going on. Hope you guys are doing well. And I got a couple questions I want to go over, a couple things I want to show. Actually, one demo that I'm going to do first. So we got people coming in. Everything good? Hopefully. Oh, I don't know if maybe I should be wearing this.
No,
Normally I do.
But yeah, but when it's windy.
Yeah, we lost our little thing off there.
Dang.
Gummit. A little foam thingy.
Probably in the drawer.
Yeah. Anyway, fortunately we don't have any wind, so we probably don't need it. So, let me go over the first question I've got.
Hey,
All right.
Tessa,
Tessa?
just keep
So this actually is more of a comment off the YouTube channel. Brian Bailey says, be careful of the silicone spray on the paper, as the silicone transfer to the rollers inside the printer that feed the paper cause quite a bit of trouble getting the rollers cleaned and making the printer work properly. The silicone was not necessary. So, let me tell you what he's referring to. Evidently, Brian had some problems with his printer, and I apologize if there was a miscommunication there. So what he's talking about is when I do my inkjet transfer, I use this freezer paper that I buy in sheets. And what I found out, if you go back and look at LTS 63018, we found out by accident that when this transfer paper, I took a piece out already. If I can grab it. Freezer paper, yeah, excuse me. So it's got a dull side, it's got a shiny side. This is the side that you want to print on. What we found out is by putting silicone spray on there, it causes the transfer to work much better. And you'll see that on 63018. And I've showed that probably 3 or 4 times through the videos. There's probably several more videos. But what I don't think Brian picked up on is that the silicones, and it could be any silicone spray that I put on there, I just put a spritz of it on, and then I wipe off the excess. So it's not like I just throw a bunch of silicone spray on there and then leave it on there. And I don't know if that's what happened in Brian's situation at all. But I've run through my wife's printer and my printer, I've run at least 100 sheets on each printer doing just this. Never had any issues at all. So I don't know exactly what happened in Brian's situation. Maybe he didn't wipe off the excess like I do, but I just take a tissue and wipe off the excess, and I didn't have any issues whatsoever. But let me just give you guys a heads up. If you decide to use a silicone spray on the freezer paper, definitely just give it a real quick spritz, just like I just did, and wipe off the excess. Otherwise, it may cause problems inside your printer.
stinks. Spray it outside. Look.
It is outside. We are
I know.
outside.
I'm just saying you don't want to spray it in the house.
Yeah, silicone spray does not have a pleasant smell to it. That's why I don't sniff it very often.
No huffing for you.
No silicone spray huffing. I save that for the good stuff. Anyhow, all right. So, Brian, again, I apologize if there was some kind of miscommunication and you had a problem with the silicone spray, but I respectfully, majorly disagree with you. The silicone spray, it's not necessary, but it definitely is. It makes an improved transfer process. At least that's been my experience, and I've done it dozens of times. Okay, moving on. If there's any questions about that, please let me know. So I have another question, and this one is...
Dang, Keith Costa, I'm looking at your picture. You're looking old, dude.
Hey, Keith. We're all looking old.
I know, but it's just easier to say when I'm looking at him. He's my age.
So, I got this question. This is from Tyler. This is actually multiple questions in one. Another question I had on your board selection. I've heard you mention you getting your boards at Home Depot or Lowe's. Is that really where you get your material from? Most of the time, yes, it is. I get it. Most of the time, I get it from Lowe's.
Hi, Danny. Hi, Greg.
Danny Meadows and Greg. Okay. So and I've covered this on a lot of videos. Number 136, Coffee and Questions 216, Coffee and Questions 112519. And then, so yes, that's where I get my material from most of the time. Not all the time, because lately I've been doing a lot of live edge stuff, white poplar, and other different live edge slabs that we pick up for different projects. So he says there's so many options out there. I'm trying to choose the boards without spending a ton. So I'm going to go through what I use again, just a couple times. So this is the cedar fencing. And when I use this stuff, I just surface down one side, sand one side down, and then I do my carving, sand it down, obviously taking the black off, and you can leave the back rough, but I normally just sand that just to get the roughness off, because this stuff starts off pretty thin. And that's another part of his question that I'll get to in a minute. So that's first for the small signs. For the bigger signs, I use, meaning wider, up to 12 inches wide, the Select Pine. I just showed this piece the other night. This is 11 inches wide, and I buy it 4 foot or 8 foot long. So that's 3/4 of an inch thick. That's for my bigger boards. And then for my big boards, my big boards that I make big signs out of, I use 2x6 redwood. And this is probably air dried stuff. Again, I buy it at Lowe's, Home Depot once in a while, but mostly Lowe's. And then I make this into bigger boards for big signs. Sometimes I'll use this stuff, which is the panel board, which is like a ponderosa pine that comes in big pieces. It comes pre-laminated. Generally, if I buy this stuff and I'm selling it to a customer, I'll put a backer on it, just because I don't trust the laminations on this. But it carves pretty nice most of the time. And then another that I really like, if you have a chance to buy some cherry, I love carving this stuff. Now, this is part of a big load that I got that you guys that have been watching for a long time know. But I really like carving this stuff. So here's some suggestions. You can go on, and I've seen this. I haven't bought any off of Facebook Marketplace, but a lot of times you can go on Facebook Marketplace, just depending on your timing and where you're at. You might be able to find somebody that's got some lumber for sale. That's something that you could use. A lot
of people get on there and are selling live edge.
Yeah, but it could be even stuff that they have left over from jobs, and you never know. You might find some stuff, some big old cows, trailer full of cows
like
going by.
Rounding up the free range cows.
Yeah, might be time to
butcher
time. So check local places to you. Maybe fencing companies. If you're in an area that has wooden fencing, maybe fencing companies might have a bunch of scraps that you can use. Cabinet shops is a great source for panel doors, or even stuff that they can't, maybe they've cut it short and they can't use it for anything else. A lot of my guys search cabinet shops in their local area, and they can find really nice material. So they're, just kind of be open-minded, and just think about who has wood around you. The other thing is, even at Lowe's and Home Depot or your local lumber yards, see what they've got. They probably have different than what I have available to me, but try everything. Buy some of everything and try it.
You have a bunch of questions, so
okay.
I just want you to know.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll finish what you're doing.
No, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
All right, sorry, I gotta back.
That's all right.
See how far back they go. Let's see. Barry Figel, Figel,
I know Barry.
I said, I got this question. Hi, this is from Child. Is ashes multiple questions in another question? I'm not sure what that means. Okay, Leonard Davis. Oh, no, beautiful 77 in Massachusetts. Leonard Davis. How is oak to route? I've never tried it before, but got some yesterday cheap.
Give it a try. I know Frank Jenkins loves oak. I'm not that big of a fan of oak, although I've carved it. It's very consistent. It's not really too chippy. It carves consistent. It's hard. So it's a little tougher on your router bits. But again, some people love it. I think one of the reasons I don't care for it is it's really porous on the surface. But I've got lots of people that love oak. So give it a try. You know, that's all I can say. Give it a try and see what you think.
Will Hackler says, Eric, have you ever used carbon paper?
Yes, I have used carbon
paper. We used to do it all the time.
That's how we used to do it constantly, using carbon paper. There's a couple reasons that I don't use carbon paper anymore. The biggest reason is the time. It just takes so long if you've got an image that has a lot of lines to it. Second reason I don't like it is even when you're right on the line and you do a carbon paper image, it still is not the same as the image that you've done. No matter how careful you are, it's still different than the image. I'd rather stick the image to the board, carve through the image, but even better beyond that, I'd rather have some kind of a transfer process to get it transferred to the board. So,
okay, Danny Meadows says, with your cedar, do you get much cupping? Here locally, they are hard to find, and when you do, they aren't great.
Yeah, the cedar fencing, very seldom do I find a piece that isn't cupped. This piece is cupped. So what I do is I make sure that I use this for my surface, so it's got the crown in the center, and that way that router base will slide on that. If I tried to use this, the router base would catch here, and it would drag. So yes, most of my cedar is cupped. However, if most of it isn't cupped so bad that you can't make a good sign. I used to sell hundreds of these a month to people up in Oatman that were buying them. I've sold literally thousands of signs, and very, very few of them did not have a cup. Not one person ever said a word. If they like the sign, if they like what you carved on it, especially if it's got their name on it, they don't give a rip if it's got a cup to it or not. They don't care if it's thin. I used to think that they would care if it was too thin, but they don't. If it's a good looking sign, they're happy with it.
Leonard Davis says there's a coffin shop here in town. I guess I'll call them.
I hadn't thought about that, but hey, why not?
Brent Walker says can't wait to try the bits this weekend.
All right. Let me know what you think, Brent.
Let's see. Tessa says she loves oak. Keith Davenport, I use a lot of wasted boards from the lumber yard I work at for my signs.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's a perfect
That's a cabinet door. Go to the cabinet shops and see if they have any scrap cabinet front door.
I have probably a dozen guys that tell me they get scrap from cabinet shops on a regular basis. You could find anybody that makes things like I know here out in the industrial park in Kingman. There's a company that makes doors. And they must have tons of scrap wood. I don't know what they do with it, but if I was looking for scrap wood, I'd probably go hit them up. But so anybody that makes anything out of wood.
Hey, Jessica Green.
Oh, hey, Jess. Think of any company that's around you that makes stuff out of wood. Maybe even pallet companies, if there's a place that makes pallets. I know a lot of people don't like carved pallets, but a lot of people do. But that's old pallets. But if there's a company around that maybe makes new pallets, maybe they have scrap that you can use. So, there's just, you just have to keep your mind open and think of places around that have wood and try everything. if you have any questions, ask me, and I'll tell you what I think. But I guarantee you have stuff around you that other people don't have available to them. So try everything. I know people that use the stair treads, like leftover stair treads from construction companies. There's so many different options. So just keep your mind open, and any place you can find wood, give it a shot. See how it works.
Hal Williams is here. He said, "Hello, y'all."
Hey, Hal.
All is well. Hal.
Hal?
Hal.
Yeah, that's what I said, Hal.
Oh, I thought you said Al.
No, Hal. Okay, sign carvers of the day. So, you guys have more questions. Oh, by the way, so after this broadcast is over, every day after we get done, did I say that?
You did.
I don't know why I did that. I don't even have to. But after we get done, gosh, we've got all kinds of traffic.
They must be collecting them.
It's got to be free-range cows that they're collecting. I go through and I look at all the comments on here, but I generally don't answer them. So if you have a question that we don't get to, or you think of it after we're done, email me directly, eric@makeawoodsign.com. Don't leave it on here. Don't leave it in, a message through Facebook, because I miss messages through Facebook routinely because there's so many different places. But eric@makeawoodsign.com, I answer all of those emails. So definitely hit me up on email if I don't get to your questions, because I don't like people out there that have questions that I don't answer for them. So even if I don't know what the...
Merry Christmas. Rigoberto, you're early.
Yay, Merry Christmas. Why not? All right. So, Paul Heelman. This one's really cool.
Easy E, what's in your
Dan.
cup? Vodka?
Yeah. No, bourbon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I would be
Stephen
under...
Quinn said, found Amish sawmill that cut nothing but walnut. Filled my truck up with the end cuts for $15.
That is oh man, walnut. I love that stuff.
You do. Black
Oh
walnut
my
especially.
gosh. I love carving that stuff. It just is awesome. Okay. All right, so great job, Paul. I like the white background. I'm not a big fan of white background. I don't know if you hand painted that. The reason I don't care for it too much is because it doesn't spray very well. But that looks really good. This one's really cool. Greg Anderson. Wow. This is 25 by 30. It's white maple, 5 pieces laminated together, and he made this for a local restaurant.
That's nice.
That's just spectacular. Fantastic job, Greg. I love it. Love it. The Morgans by Ron Christ.
Okay, there's a piece of that looks like cedar.
That's cedar, yeah. That's at probably, I don't know, Eastern Red or something like that. I love the way that red and that white look. Great image there, too. I love that. That's really cool. Beautiful sign, Ron. Kenneth Meadows. Ken Meadows. Terrific job. I don't know what font that is. It's almost like a
I don't know.
Great Gatsby kind of font.
Look at that font. That's kind of like what you... that font you sent me.
This is a Western font down here, but up here, that reminds me of the Great Gatsby or something like that. Art. I don't know what it is.
Art Day. I think he just got a order that's going to ship out.
Hey, Art. So, terrific job. Very nice signs, Kenneth. And this one's interesting. Michael Monahan.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's an Easter thing, and that's a lot of painting.
That's cool. I like that.
It's very cool. I don't, the way it looks like it's really thick on the back side, but I really don't know exactly,
That's cute.
what it's for or anything, or if it's just a table decoration.
Oh, we got too close to your...
Very cool.
Your nose there.
What? Fly?
Oh, I know. I kind of put the camera up and you were... Anyway.
No, I got a fly buzzing around me. All right, so that is the sign carvers of the day. Any comments? Tell me what you guys thought of this morning's video. I think this morning's video was part 1 of carving that deck sign.
I'll try, Tessa.
Carving that deck sign with little palm trees on it.
Deck sign? Oh, deck sign.
Yeah, deck sign, yeah. with palm
I was
trees
like,
on
what
it.
the hell's a deck sign?
Yeah, it's for his deck.
I know,
I'll
but
back
you didn't
yourself.
separate the words. I'm thinking deck sign. What's a deck sign? Yeah, Tessa, I'll take a picture of it. Then I'm going to have to contact him and find out what font that is. But
Oh, that one?
yeah.
Yeah. It's like a musical font or something. I don't know. Anyway, so you guys, I just finished up that sign. You'll see the second video on that will be on Monday. Everything's good. We got some other projects coming up. We heard back from Total Boat. They received their sign that we made a couple weeks ago, and they really, really liked
Andy
it.
said
So,
he loved this morning's show.
oh, thank you, Andy. I appreciate
He
that.
filmed most of that by himself, too.
Yeah, I've been filming a lot
so
by
being
myself
busy.
because you have abandoned me.
Dan, you notice that that's a cool sign with the palm trees.
Yeah, it's coming out good. I think you guys will like it the way it's. I did have a little bit of issues that you guys will see on Monday, but
Matt.
I figured out how to fix it. So yeah. Anyway, but I like the way it. I like the way it came out. I may show it to you before I ship it off. So anyway, anything else, guys? Anything I can answer for you? Let me know now, or we'll get out of here and let you guys move on with your evening.
I still have emails to answer.
Oh gosh, I never do that.
I know.
Anyway, this is springtime is definitely a hit. We got critters flying, critters crawling all on the ground. Seen a couple snakes today, and yeah, no rattlesnakes yet.
Richard Barclay says, great show this morning with great advice as usual.
Thank you, Richard.
Art Day says, you're almost as good a cameraman as you are a carver.
Not quite. I'll leave the camera work to Vicky. She's the expert at that.
Oh, yeah, right.
But I make it work. So, all right. That is it, guys.
No, John, if you're going to ask a stupid question, no, you cannot ask a question.
Be nice, John. Be nice, Vicky. You behave, kids.
It's John.
Stop fighting, kids.
John knows me. Mr. Eric, can you show the making or the bit used to make the fish eye you hanged a plaque? Can you show the making or the bit used to make the fish eye to hang a plaque?
Oh, I think you're talking about the keyhole. The keyhole cutter. You know, I will do a demo on that. That's a really good idea. I will do a demo on that. That's a one where you plunge and you pull it and it makes a hole, and then there's like a yeah. I will do a demo on the keyhole cutter, and that's the first time I used that was on Josh Martin's signs, and turned out pretty good. So I will do a demo on that.
Tessa said, Eric, thank you for the talk today. I applied a lot of the stuff you talked about on my sign, and it worked out very well.
Excellent. I'm happy to help, Tessa.
John said she started it. Oh, no, John. Don't even go there. So Matt Bay says, goodness, they're bouncing. So can I be your assistant at the Maker's School? No, Matt, I am.
Well, you said you didn't. You were going to walk around, and that's when Matt said, "I'll come over there and be my assistant."
Pam Berry says, "Thank you guys. You're wonderful people. I enjoy spending time with you guys every day."
It's a pleasure, Pam. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you just don't know him in real life, Pam.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to live with me. That's for sure.
I don't know. You're pretty much the same now as you always are. You're a dork.
I've opened up a lot in the last 40 years, though. 40 since we've been together.
Let me tell you a story, guys.
Uh-oh.
When I first met Eric, he was one of those guys that when you're in a crowd of people, he was the one in the corner holding a glass of punch or a soda or a glass of water. Now he's the one out and about, and I can never find him.
You brought it out.
Oh, whatever.
You groomed me.
I guess I did. Hey, we got an anniversary coming up.
We do. We got an anniversary.
How many years?
39.
39 years.
Yeah.
John
Pretty
says,
soon.
trust me, try living with him. True. John was here, what, a year?
Yeah, he was here for, about a year.
John, do you miss my cooking?
He lived right there next to the palm tree in his motorhome. Yeah. Yeah, and there's probably not a human on the planet that John
See
is
what you
afraid
did to
of.
him.
That John is afraid of, except the one behind the camera right now. John's scared to death of Vicky.
John, you're not afraid of me, are you? No.
But John's smart that way. That's good. It's a healthy fear. All right, boys and girls, that is it. We've had enough fun tonight, so let's...
Cheers, guys. Enjoy the warm weather. I'm heading into winter. 4 degrees this morning. Oh, good golly.
Who's
no.
that?
John says yes. That was Richard Barclay. Leonard Davis said they just had their 29th anniversary. Well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. That's terrific. That's terrific. All right.
Facts. John. Facts.
All right, you guys, that's it. We will see you tomorrow night, same time. I'll have some more stuff for you. So keep sending me questions. Keep sending me sign carvers of the day. Remember, don't send them through Facebook. Send them directly to me. Email eric@makeawoodsign.com. If you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love for you to subscribe and click that little bell icon so you get notified when we do new videos, which is all the time. So we're done.
Good night, Gracie.
We're out, and we will see you.
Glad we got to see you too, Matt.
We'll see you tomorrow night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.